Hey all, welcome here. As always, so glad you're able to join me. This video was created to provide celebrity insight. Tamar Braxton, the little sister, or shall we call her the baby sister, of the multi Grammy Award artist Toni Braxton. Tamar Braxton has had her share of challenges, okay? And that's just from her family. When it comes to relationships, that's a whole other kettle of fish. After divorcing her husband, Vince Hubert, who was also her former manager, she had a series of romantic connections with men. A significant one that stood out was with David Adefaso. She had a podcast with him. I think they also had a TV show, a brief stint. There was allegations of domestic violence within that relationship. There were allegations of violations against Tamar's son, okay, from her partner during those times in that relationship. Tamar admits to attempting to take her life in that relationship, okay, where she had overdosed on a chemical substance. Tamar talks about publicly being abused by several male family members since the age of 6 up to age 16. Okay, so of course, this is going to bring lots of trauma in her life. This is where we can connect Tamar to this apparent new love interest. Okay, so after the relationship with Tamar and David ended, she talks about how she's having fun. She is just in the streets enjoying her life. One of the hosts on Dish Nation tried to find out. He inquired with Tamar, was she living, the life of a garden tool? And she never denied it, but she did state that, hey, I'm just having fun. Anyone could interpret whatever. The guy she is allegedly dating at this time, attorney Jeremy Robinson, also talks about on his social media platforms his experience with trauma in his youth. He embraces all of the love he got on his 46th birthday. He talks about how he's not used to that type of attention, compassion, from people who he feels sincerely, genuinely care about him because growing up he did not experience that. Jeremy obtained his GED while in juvenile detention as a teenager, after which he entered the Marine Corps where he became a sergeant, later a lieutenant. Okay, he has raised millions of dollars for charity during that time and other endeavors he pursued that were successful before becoming an attorney or obtaining his law degree. Attorney Jeremy Robertson attended the Atlanta John Marshall Law School. And from that point, his success was sealed. The advantage he has, though, on Tamar is the fact that Tamar's life has always been on display, as I mentioned, whereas his is a little bit shadowed. Not much is known about Jeremy Robinson's background, his family, his parents. It is known that he is from New Orleans, Louisiana. He's also an injury attorney. Jeremy Robinson and Tamar Braxton, they do have, these major dents and hurdles they were forced to overcome in their lives. But what's very important is that they do both appear to have a spiritual connection. They both speak about God in their social media posts. I know Tamar wears the cross on occasion or in her jewelry, like her necklaces. But now that they're in the open and their relationship is public, of course the attacks are going to come. Of course, we're going to hear this from this side, that from that side, north and south. There are some platforms, particularly on social media, that talk about the fact that Jeremy has a past with women. Jeremy has 5 children. 2 women were actually pregnant at the same time. And something that really stands out that's quite significant is that Jeremy has this strong thing for women of color, melanated women, women of Afro heritage. Right here on YouTube, he's even been referred to as a wigger. I think this appears to stem from, the fact that he does socialize with men within the Black race, and he displays characteristics of what would be considered cultural traits or qualities of these particular men. Now, there are influencers here who may use stronger language than I would choose to regarding that particular topic, but we're going to make a connection in just a moment. Here, let's continue from here. Let's move on. In one of the posts from Jeremy Robinson's exes was leaning on the fact that Jeremy is not fond of women who wear weaves or wigs, but yet he is obviously kicking it with Tamar, okay, in more than a few intimate ways. Now, is Jeremy prepared to get deep in the paint with Tamar, so to speak, right? When he sees the real her, has he seen the real Tamar? Without the adornments, the makeup, or the hair. Is he willing to accept her child along with who she truly is, her authentic self, or are they just having fun? That's what we need to try to get to the bottom to right here. Okay, I'm going to try to help us do that here in this video. David Adefaso, Tamar's ex, has seen her in that light. Their relationship is not there today. It doesn't. It appears to not exist. The first thing we're gonna jump on top of is the fact that just a year ago, Jeremy Robinson was engaged to another woman. He had proposed to another woman and then called off the engagement. It is alleged that Jeremy recently proposed to Tamar Braxton, even though, as of late, we've not been seeing, or at least personally, I haven't seen any articles, interviews, photos, etc., acknowledging that she's wearing a ring or anything like that. If you check out her ring finger or any other finger, nothing looks like a proposal took place. One thing it does appear is that Tamar is wearing Jeremy's jewelry. Now, when someone wears the jewelry of a significant other, it says a whole lot. Okay, it speaks volumes about what's really going on here. As y'all may have recalled in Jay-Z's public service announcement, what was one of his main lyrics? I got the hottest chick in the game wearing my chain. Tamar is wearing the chain of Jeremy Robinson. Is this her way of publicly claiming him as hers? Is this his way of publicly claiming her, okay, as his snuggle muffin, as his one and only, or her one and only, or are they just messing around? I mean, hey, it's hard to tell when, they both write posts on Instagram using this blue heart. I don't know, in the dictionary online, blue is usually like, a bromance, like brotherly love, or, someone who cares about someone else, but nothing fiery, hot, passionate, not like in a romantic sense. But they both use it on their social media. Is this their form of communication to each other, to the world, to us? Are they just dropping clues here and there? That's what's so intriguing about this connection that they have. If you agree, please leave your comments below. This particular emblem or symbol on his shirt is a New Orleans, Louisiana symbol. But I also want you to check out this knot that he has in his forehead. It appears that when he's concerned, when he's real serious or worried, this knot develops in his forehead. Now, I brought focus I spotlighted this knot. I highlighted it basically because, drum roll please, this tells us a lot about what's going on, what has gone on in the mind of this guy. As a side note, I don't know if any of you have noticed that the knot is sort of shaped like that Wi-Fi symbol. Just something interesting there. According to this medical site, forehead frowns are often associated with unresolved trauma and shock. Over worry and anxiety can lead to frequent raising of the eyebrows and a buildup of energy in the brow, which can freeze over time. But what stood out to me was the fact that, anxiety, trauma from the past, long term stress in one's life can cause such damage. Now, if anyone knows Tamar, she makes tons of facial expressions, right? But have not noticed such deep wrinkles in her forehead. I don't know, would we say the melanin had much to do with it? Or just, general basic genetics? Who knows? But it is concerning. I'm sure even for whoever he dates, Tamar, to see such, results when your significant other, potential husband or boyfriend frowns like that. Is he trying to send me a signal? Is he trying to connect with me on a deeper, more sinister or ethereal level? Anyway, let's move on from that. I just found that too captivating to ignore. On this show Tamar recently hosted called Dish Nation, Tamar expressed and announced her celebrity crushes. One was Burna Boy, the other one was Davido, both West African artists who Tamar just says she cannot get enough of drooling over. That's who she's attracted to. Ironically, she's going out on dates with this particular guy who's the complete opposite, blue eyes and blonde hair. Who knew? Now, let's be honest here. This particular Jeremy Robinson does come across as quite flashy, okay, when it comes to his threads, the type of clothes he wear, his style, his demeanor, okay, the type of cars he drive. Obviously, he has a thing, all right, a pull to, an affinity for the Bentley. It is purported that Jeremy has sugar babes, one of whom has expressed her upset that he is embarrassing her out here, okay, proposing to other women. Now, we can't deny that Tamar is a lovely lady, very beautiful woman and mother. Okay, currently not a wife. Is she looking forward to being a wife in the near future? Who really truly knows? She says she's having fun. She actually referred to herself as Tamar Streets Braxton on the show The Dish that she Tamar also made a statement to the effect of put it on him, make him want to marry me. Now, in case you may not be aware, this is the name of a song by Rashida, one of the housewives of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Or is she a former housewife? Oh, yeah, it's a very popular line, very familiar one that Tamar chose to utilize within these unique circumstances. Yet, we still don't see the ring on her finger in this photo either. So, what's really going on here? It's all so odd, wouldn't you say? Leave your comments below. Let me know. I'm very curious. But there's been footage of Jeremy on a beach of mainly African American beachgoers and visitors just drooling and fawning over the melanin. This guy appears to love black so much that he insisted on his birthday that he and Tamar wear black. Okay, they matched their outfits that were black. And then the cake for his birthday was black. Like this, I don't think you guys are really getting it. I don't think. Okay, his car is black. Are you hearing what I am preaching here? But is it true admiration? Is it sincere appreciation? Or is it fetishization? Is it objectification? What is it truly? As I would claim in many of my videos, hey, give it some time, okay? Time will let us know. Time will reveal it to us. Time will tell. But something you need to remember, take note of, is the fact that on his birthday, even though Tamar is putting out there, right, that they spent intimate moments, she's sending these clues, they spent intimate moments together before his birthday, right? He woke up to meet a happy birthday card and whatever other gift she may have left him. On his birthday, they were together. He appeared that night to seem a bit shy. They both seem, like deer in headlight for some weird reason. Tamar said she um, knew the owner, knew about the event, selected the event, even though she came across as a surprise as well. Is he a shy guy? Hey, he's always in the courtroom. He's usually in front of a jury, judge, other members of that process, but yet, seems to have moments of insecurity or timidity, let's just say. Hopefully, I was able to help you come to some conclusive emotions, opinions on this relationship, partnership, situationship. Let me know how you feel about it down below. Subscribe, like this channel. Subscribe, like this video. Go and visit other videos recently posted on this platform. Thanks for being here. You are awesome. Stay that way. Encourage others. Until the next one, take care of yourself. Bye.